Hi, I'm Darshak Patel. I teach large lectures in economics at the University of Kentucky. I'm excited to share my experiences on teaching large lecture classrooms. First foremost, large lectures get tricky. The key is to approach it with the idea that one can also make large lecture feel small. I don't feel I'm intimidating, but students tend to feel that I am because of the largeness of the class. I focus on creating a warm, welcoming environment. I want students to feel comfortable and understand that they shouldn't feel like a small fish in a big pond. First, I get to know the students by asking every student on the first day to fill out a one-page self-introduction handout. Then at the same time, I'll ask students to introduce themselves to each other and pick a random group of students to introduce each other with the hope of easing fear or anxiety and promoting a culture of friendliness. Right about then, I'll also read most of the handouts throughout the period of the semester, using them as a resource to engage with different sets of students across the period of the semester. Students enjoy the personal feel of the classroom and constantly maintain the excitement throughout the semester. This helps me to adapt with the diverse student body as well, and also helps me engage them at a personal level. And then throughout the semester, instructors can capture student attention through consistent engagement. Engage. Key advice: break classroom lecture every 10 minutes or so to make sure they're maintaining their attention span. There are several resources available to do so, but for a first-time large lecture instructor, it is wise to adopt these resources strategically. Adopting all resources at once can get really overwhelming. In economics, we're really lucky to be able to find relevance of economics in almost every part of our lives. I take advantage of that by playing music, mostly economic related, but doesn't need to be at the start of the class. It again creates and sets a mood, an exciting mood, where students are already ready to begin learning at the end of the song. Faculty can also engage with students using response systems. There are several types available and that one can adapt, depends on the needs of the instructor. What a response system does is it provides a way for the instructor to receive a real-time feedback on students' understanding of the topic. So real-time assessment, in other words. Instructors can introduce a concept or two and then do a quick concept check to gauge students' understanding. This helps instructors to figure out whether to spend more time on a concept or not. Students can also work on groups or individually at the discretion of the instructor. A traditional tool instructors can also use in large lectures is the Think, Pair, Share tool, where students are provided a discussion question and asked to think about it, pair up with someone to discuss, and then share with the class. Instructors can walk around and engage with a different group of students, again getting to know them and personalizing the classroom. Again, idea is making it feel small. Popular media and social media are also very important resources. Breaking classroom lectures using videos also help maintaining students' attention. Videos or podcasts can be used within or outside the classroom, again consistently engaging them in and out of classroom. And then social media, on the other hand, can also help in engaging students beyond the four walls of the classroom. I personally typically use Twitter to share classroom announcements, articles, videos, homework deadlines, and so on. Again, the goal is to continue learning inside the classroom as well as outside the classroom. Let me give you some tools or some examples of classroom management that could reduce your cost of teaching at a large lecture. First, if possible, try and create a course packet where instructor can provide some notes for students by leaving a good chunk or good parts of the packet blank for students to fill in during class. So that way they can listen to you and at the same time fill in the blanks whenever needed. Second, having a detailed syllabus with a detailed frequently asked questionnaire will really help to reduce the number of emails received. A large lecture can get overwhelming, especially if you're getting consistent emails about the simplest things within the class. Lastly, using TAs effectively. If you do have a choice of having multiple TAs, what has worked for me is to define a head teaching assistant and distribute the work to individual TAs accordingly. One of the goals and the task of the head TA would include to maintain the quality and the timeliness of all tasks assigned to all the individual TAs. At the same time, to incentivize the TAs, they also are told that if they do well by providing the task in a timely manner, they will have an opportunity of becoming the head TA during the following year. Lastly, enjoy your time in there. Use your personal stories, even images that can engage with students. If it's needed to connect with the students, do what's needed. Hopefully these ideas and resources that I shared with you help you within your large lecture and create a very inviting environment for your students.